At first glance, this water feature that you see in this clip looks like an ordinary water feature, right? Just some water element to decorate the mall and nothing special. But wait, is that a fish? Yeah, those are actual fish in the water feature. So that got me thinking, can you really turn a water feature or a fountain to a functional fish pond? This is Taj Mahal Aquatics, and let's find out. So, I found this water feature in one of the most popular shopping malls in South Jakarta. At first glance, it looks like any other water feature. That was nothing special really. But then I noticed koi swimming around in it. And there's quite a lot in it, which really caught my attention as someone clearly decides to turn it into a functional fish pond, which I must admit, it was an interesting idea. But that also raises the question, can you really turn a water feature like this one you see here, or any other kinds of fountain, into a proper fish pond where fish and plants can actually live and thrive? Well, that's what I want to talk about today, as I found that converting a water feature or fountain to a proper fish pond is quite an interesting idea and could also be a fun project. But can you really do that? Well, there's only one way to find out. So, can you really turn a water feature like this one into a fish pond? Can you really have fish in your water feature? And can you make it habitable for fish and plants? Well, the simple answer is yes. You absolutely can turn your water feature into a fully functional fish pond. But it's not as simple as tossing a few goldfish and hoping for the best. There are many important things to know before you really convert your water feature to a fish pond. Like what kind of water feature you have, how do you filter it, what fish can go in it, and the list goes on. But lucky for you, I have everything covered up, so the only thing you have to do is sit back and relax and watch this video till the end, as I have many things you need to know before you turn your water feature into a fish paradise. So, what do you need to know before you convert your water feature into a fish pond? Well, first things first, what kind of water feature you have. If it's a disappearing water fountain or a tiny tabletop water feature, then forget the idea, as where are the fish even going to live? But if it's a concrete water fountain with a visible basin, or a big one like you see in this clip, now we are getting somewhere. But here comes the next consideration. How big and deep is your water feature? Is it big enough for fish to swim happily? Is it deep enough also for your fish and also to handle the temperature changes? And how about the water flow of your water feature? Is it blasting like hydrant or gentle enough for fish? If the water flow is blasting like geyser, you may want to tone it down a little bit. Not only the flow is too much for the fish, it can also ruin the viewing experience. So yeah, these are the first things to check before you deciding to turn your water feature to a proper fish pond. But once you got that sorted out, there's another important thing before you convert a water feature to a fish pond, and this one is really important, and that is comes the big one. How do you filter your water feature pond? As if you want fish, you need filtration, right? And since many decorative water features don't come up with any kind of filter, which means without one, your fish are basically swimming in guasoto. So how do you fix that? Well, you got a few options. Two of the most obvious filter choice you can have is pressure filter and box filter. Pressure filter works great if you have a smaller type of water feature. It's compact, efficient, and easy to hide. And for a larger water feature like you see in this clip, you can use a bigger box filter. However, those two kinds of filter does cost a lot of money. So what do you do if you don't want to spend too much money for a filter? Well, another choice is make it yourself. If you make it yourself, you'll save tons of money. The key here to filter your water feature is to match your filter to the size of the water feature you have, plus what kind of fish you plan to keep and how many of them. And most importantly, don't be the guy that turns this water feature to a fish pond that you see in this clip. I know the idea is interesting, until I found out that they don't match their filter capacity to the size of the water feature and fish. They have quite a lot of koi in their water feature, but they only use this one filter. And yes, this one filter is the only filter that does the filtration for this water feature. And you can just guess it yourself how much water change they have to do based on the filter size they have. But once you got the filter covered up, let's move on to another important thing, and that is plants are also one of the most common elements in many fish ponds. They are more than just a decoration, but also helps with the water filtration, and also helps to keep everything balanced. But what plants works best for a fountain turned fish pond setup? Well, there are a number of popular pond plants that would work well in your fish pond converted water feature setup. Floating plants like water hyacinth and water lettuce, as well as water lily, could be a great addition to your water feature. They provide shade, absorb nutrients, and make your pond more alive. And for the edge, you can add marginal plants like water iris or dwarf papyrus for extra beautiful and natural touch. And if you want an additional submerged plants, some Anacharis and Hornworth could also work really well. So basically, many popular pond plants would work just fine in your fish pond converted water feature. You just need to choose the best one for your setup. And if you turn your water feature into a fish pond, what plant would you add in it? Let me know in the comments. And finally, for the fun part, the fish. Since we make the water feature habitable for fish, we cannot skip the fish, right? But what fish should go in it? Since we are making a fish pond out of an existing decorative water feature, the fish you choose depend on its size and depth. If the water feature is small and more on the shallower side, smaller fish like guppies, platies, minnows, and mosquito fish would work really well. They are bulletproof and won't overload the system. Or if your fountain basin is over 50 gallon, you can upgrade to barbs or danios. Or if you have a water feature as the one that you see in this clip, then congratulations, you can upgrade to goldfish or even some small koi. But just make sure you have a proper filter for koi, as they poop a lot. So that's maybe some fish choices that I could recommend. And which fish would you pick for your fish pond converted water feature? Drop your choice in the comments. there you go! That's all you need to know on converting a water feature to a fully working fish pond. Can you really turn your water feature to a fish pond? Yes, you can turn a water feature to a fully functional fish pond. But remember, it's not as easy as adding fish to it. There are many things you need to know before you turn your water feature to a fish pond. You gotta consider the size, depth, filtration, flow rate, as well as what plants and fish that can go in it. So yes, you can turn a water feature into a fish pond, and if you get all that right, not only your fountain looks beautiful, but it'll also becoming a thriving aquatic ecosystem, and can also be a fun project for you to do also. So that's a wrap for this video, and would you turn your water feature into a fish pond? Let me know in the comment section below, and give this video a thumbs up if you like this video, and share this video to your friends that want to make their water feature habitable for fish. Subscribe this channel if you want to see more fun fish content, as there will be more in the future. Thanks for watching my aquatic friends, and have a wonderful aquatic life. See you next time.